Moonshine entered the popular imagination and the homes of Americans following the Volstead Act, which prohibited the manufacture and sale of alcohol. White Lightning, just one of the names for moonshine, had been manufactured almost since the arrival of Europeans to our shores. It was cheap and easy to brew. Although there are variations, at its heart, moonshine is a fermented mash of cornmeal, water, sugar, and yeast, and its processing into alcohol requires only a few simple tools and equipment. Bootlegging, moonshine, and the attempts to dodge government agents, revenuers, have acquired a patina of romance and are the subject of popular movies and books. However, less well known is the impact of the intersection of two events, World War I and its aftermath, and the Volstead Act. Together, these two events almost certainly pushed some otherwise law-abiding farmers into moonshine manufacture. During World War I, demand for agricultural products from the United States skyrocketed as warring European nations could no longer feed themselves. With increased demand came increased prices. In the 10-year period before the war, prices for corn averaged 57 cents per bushel. From 1916 to 1919, the price per bushel of corn rose to $1.35. By 1920, however, average prices collapsed back to or below pre-war levels. With demand surging, and in a show of strong support for the Allies, the government encouraged farmers to increase production. In 1916, the Federal Farm Loan Act was passed. That legislation created 12 federal land banks to provide long-term loans to farmers. Farmers were told to increase acreage and invest in equipment, such as tractors, to realize new efficiencies. Naive about price cycles and flush with cash, farmers took advantage of the easy money to obtain loans, mortgaging their homes and farms to obtain them. By 1920, the so-called golden age of farming was over. The USDA reports that in that period, from 1920 through 1929, total bankruptcy filings jumped 332% over the previous 10 years. In Warrensburg, Don Warren, a small farmer, becomes a moonshiner in order to keep his farm, a rational, if illegal, response to the crushing impact of the low prices for farm commodities.